It is a crisp afternoon here at AAMI Park. Have of the season, there are stars across the park. The Matildas, Welsh internationals, English internationals, a whole host of players. Huskandirovic, I'm going to ask you about this game here. Of course, it is such a big one. Our commentators for this afternoon's game, the Melbourne Derby, round 2, Kate Gill and Teo Palizzeri.
Thank you very much, Tara Rushton. As we can see, their teams in the tunnel, ready to come out for W League Melbourne Derby number 5. Melbourne City won the first 3. Melbourne Victory took it out for the first time in the second meeting last year. Melbourne City know what's at stake after their defeat in round 1. Melbourne Victory hoping to go 2 from 2 and really catapult themselves into the top 4 conversation. What a statement it would be if they can win here at AAMI Park this afternoon. Both teams making their way out onto a pristine pitch here in Melbourne. And even though it is a chilly afternoon, it really is perfect conditions for the players who'll have no excuses not to turn on a fantastic display of football this afternoon. Kate Jakovitz is back from the AFC Women's Under-19 Championships, where she was 4th official for the final. It didn't help her cause that Australia made the semi-finals, otherwise she may well have taken the whistle for the decider. And there's Natasha Dowie, scored last week, fantastic scoring record, 20 games, 13 goals. She really is the one to watch, leading that Melbourne Victory attack, and she will capitalise on any mistakes from the City opposition. Final huddle for City. They really do need to come out and make a statement today. Derby number 5. City hold the bragging rights overall, but Melbourne Victory will be hoping that they can make it a 2-game winning streak in the battle for the rights to Melbourne. All in readiness then, round 2 of the Westfield W League is underway. Fans making their way in to get a look at the derby. Kaya Simon will run the ball down. And the cutback looking for Crummer. Casey Dumont dives on the ball. Good run from Hatch. Natasha Dowie plays it back to Gibbons. Promising debut from her last week, and Jess Fishlock lets her know that she's here and it's going to be a duel today. Challenge from behind. Maybe the referee a little lenient in the first 2 minutes. As we see here, a foul on Annabelle Martin. Tough as nails, Martin throws her body around with absolutely no concern for her well-being. And if you go in for a 50-50 against her, you know what you're going to get. Jackson a little late on that occasion. She finds Cooney Cross. Kara's going to take them on here. Still going Cooney Cross and able to get a shot away. It slides wide, but that's the confidence of the 15-year-old coming off her W League debut last week. And Kate, she took the game on.
Yeah, she sure did. Look, I'm happy to see that. She actually did. She took it on, took it past a few defenders and actually managed to get a shot off. Sure.
Privatelli. And wins the foul. Well, I think we saw 2 different Melbourne victories last year in the first 5 or 6 rounds of the year. They did try to play out from the back. They came unstuck quite a bit. Koja. Quick 1-2 with Privatelli. Now Dowie holding off the City defence. Privatelli's in behind here. And Dowie slices the ball away. A half chance presented. And the acceleration of Leah Privatelli has left Williams sore, and the referee, Kate Jakovitz, is going to blow a stop to play here.
It's a fantastically weighted ball in by Dowie for Privatelli to get back first time. Just unfortunate the execution on the way back in wasn't there from Dowie.
And Melbourne City, who've already had their goalkeeper dramas this season, talk us through this, Kate.
Yeah, as I said, the ball in behind from Dowie was fantastic. She just weighted it correctly, and Privatelli, I think it was more of a shot than a cross. She probably didn't see the opportunity coming, but yeah, unfortunately we couldn't capitalise on that.
So look at the grimace from Lydia Williams. There's a little bit of theatre to it. I think she knows she's going to be all right to continue here, but very sore as she gets the magic spray. On the bench today, it is Melissa Hudson, the married name of Matilda's star Melissa Barbieri. Jun, combative. The ball falls to Fishlock. Kinga again to Crummer. McNabb, dangerous play from McNabb. Almost gifted it to Jess Fishlock. And it's turned behind for a corner after a pile-up of bodies.
I mean, if you just pay attention to Yukari Kinga, she's just fantastic the way she just kind of finds those pockets of space in the midfield. There's so many times when she's had the ball just come into her feet, she's just drifted in there and be able to play a 1-2.
That first touch nearly came horribly unstuck for Kristen McNabb, but Was able to chase it down, force it behind, go down the line. Primatelli trying to escape Catley, bit of a shirt grab. Play continues. Melbourne City, certainly no shortage of effort. Fishlock. And made absolutely sure the referee saw the contact there on the ankle. Down and sore after the challenge from Angie Beard. Got it from the blind side. Jackson puts it high. Good lead from Fishlock, and Amy Jackson unleashed a left-footed shot not that far away.
I think Victory will be relatively happy with the start to the first half so far. They've been managed to kind of contain City. They've kept their unit, they've kept their defensive unit.
Amy Jackson, of course, played a number of seasons with Melbourne Victory, but missed out on the title there. She was overseas playing in the Netherlands. Came back to Victoria, one more season with Victory, and then switched to City, where she has won 2 titles since. Hatch. And Angela Beard right there on her case. Hatch. So after a bit of a wait, here it comes. Over the head of Dumont, and the volley from Kennedy back across the face. Trying to buy a deflection there more than anything, and unfortunately for Alana Kennedy, it was a flush strike that missed everyone.
I think she was trying to do everything right there. She's got a knee over the ball, trying to keep it down. Just the accuracy on the goal, but back technique was fine.
Fishlock. Hatch chasing the ball. Cuts it back. Kinga! Great save. And deflecting out off Crummer, who did not know much about the ricochet. Casey Dumont comes up with an important stop.
Yeah, fantastic ball in behind for Jess Fishlock. Hatch did well to get on the end of it. Cut back great for Kinga. She probably could have placed it a little bit better, but fantastic save for Dumont, and then Crummer just didn't know too much about it.
First time today we've really seen Ashley Hatch get away from Angela Beard. Down that right side for Melbourne City. Casey Dumont comes up with an important stop. Yukari Kinga, Beard is coming up from left back to take it over on the right side. So surely hoping that City don't counter at pace here. Primatelli keeps the corner alive. Dowie. Gibbons. The deflection on. Jun. And tipped over by Williams. Victory's best chance of the match so far, and it nearly was an introductory goal for Jun Gaul, denied by Australia's #1.
A fantastic save by Lydia Williams. I think Paddy Kusnoba will be welcoming her back in goals. But excellent run in behind from Jun. Probably a bit of a little deflection that got her in there, but fantastic stuff by Melbourne Victory.
Repeat corners, Koja's header, and the follow-up. Turned off the line. It's a genuine scramble in there. Koja again. And that will be 3 corners in a row, but it was manic in the penalty area. And Melbourne City able to protect their net. And for the first time in this match, Victory are on top.
Well done, Lydia Williams. Again, 2 big saves in there.
The game really has turned in a matter of seconds. Can Victory capitalise and take what would still be a shock lead? Beard honing in, and Dowie missed it by that much. Trying to capitalise with a tap-in on the line, and instead it slides out for a goal kick.
Fantastic ball in the box from Beard from the corner. Oh, and Dowie's so close. I think it was almost on the end for her. She just couldn't get a leg out.
City now looking for the counter. And Dumont on.
So we've got another foul here on Cooney Cross by Jackson, and the first yellow card of the game.
And Amy Jackson might protest, but challenge coming in from behind Kyra. Was it the right call, Kate?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she got the ball, but she got the legs too.
Dowie in the area. And now the shot coming in from McNabb is held onto by Williams. Catley. Gibbons and Privatelli combine. Now a grapple on Annabelle Martin. And it looks as though Kaya Simon is in trouble here with Kate Jakovitz. But not a booking, just a talking to. It is a booking. Kept the crowd in suspense there. Eventually reached for the yellow card and produced it. And the replay tells the story, Kate.
Yeah, I think it was visibly there for everyone to see what happened.
A grab of the ponytail. And I did mention earlier in the call that Annabelle Martin's bun fell out, so she had the long flowing mane. Kaya Simon, well, what's the etiquette there?
I don't know if she was looking for the shirt and then that's just what ended up.
Good to see Annabelle Martin having a laugh about it. And we are scoreless at half-time, but there is plenty more to the story in W League Melbourne Derby number 5. Chances at both ends. Melbourne Victory feel as though they had the better of them. At half-time, Amy Park, Melbourne City 0, Melbourne Victory 0.
Looking at Melbourne Victory, they've got back into the game and had some good chances.
Now, looking at the stats there, as you can see, we did speak about it all being Melbourne City at the beginning. They have dominated possession 77 to 30%, as well as balls into the area and fouls conceded as well. But total shots, if you have a look there, Melbourne Victory 8 total shots to Melbourne City's 5. Just because I love talking about this young lady, Kyra Cooney-Cross, 15 years old, still in year 10 at high school. Do not forget, though, that the Matildas will be playing 2 friendlies against China as they gear up for the Asian Cup next year. One of those will be played right here at Amy Park on the 22nd of November, then the 22nd and the 26th of November at Simmons Stadium in Geelong, so make sure you rush out and get your tickets.
As well, which way does the match go in the second half? We're still waiting for our first goal. Melbourne City 0, Melbourne Victory 0, and wins it back for City. And now Hatch, open space to attack. Simon, another spectacular attempt, at least made contact this time, but she's winded herself on landing. Crummer, and Dumont holds it on the full. Maybe a little fortunate there. Jun, the grab from Jackson, and Williams had to read it in the air. A good hold. Crummer. Flag stays down. Fishlock has options. Might go herself, Fishlock. And Dumont, good hands holding onto the ball. They're racking up that tally and not adding to the goals. Hatch, and it hits the woodwork on its way out. And Ashley Hatch nearly had her first W League goal.
And that's a great play. I mean, Crummer again's got the ball to her feet. She flicked it back to Kaya, and Hatch has done well. She's headed it back where it's come from, just a bit more placement. But fantastic movement from City, much, much better.
Leave the scene. Ashley Hatch coming over from the North Carolina Courage. She's got 1 cap for the USA national team as well. One of a number of young players who've rotated through the US senior team to get a taste of international football. To add to it, so many Americans have come to Australia, played in the W League and really elevated their standing, both in the NWSL and even climbing into the national team. Hatch would love to follow in the path of Sophia Huerta or Abby Dahlkemper. Could be on the end of this Kaya Simon free kick right here. And looking for the Ronaldinho versus David Seaman, perhaps. Jun able to emerge successfully from a tangle with Fishlock on this occasion, wins a foul.
Defenders away from where the tackling range, and she's been able to create a foul out of that.
Stott. Rebecca Stott. Rebecca Stott, Kiwi international, played for Australia's under-20s. She is a dual citizen, but it is Melina Ayres, who spent 2 seasons at Melbourne City with limited opportunities off the bench, back from young Matilda's duty and replacing Leah Privatelli here. And this is going to be interesting to see Ayres up against all her former teammates. Opportunity to make their first change, and it's going to be Ashley Hatch, the American, coming off, and Riley Dobson, let go by Newcastle in the off-season. Melbourne City more than happy to swoop and bring in the former Matilda, who does have an international cap to her name. see the distance there from goal. Kennedy drifts it instead, and it doesn't really ask too many questions of the Victory defence. Gibbons, possession given away. Dobson. Fishlock was ironed out by McNabb. It was a desperate challenge with City trying to break into the area. Kristen McNabb just took preventative measures there, and that is a well-earned yellow card.
I think that's obviously why Dobson was brought on, just her pace, just the ability to get in there quickly and nip the ball. Probably wasn't the best of touches, but nevertheless, they have a free kick.
And if the previous one was from an ambitious distance, this one is red alert for Melbourne Victory. Ball, 6 in the wall, and Riley Dobson hanging off the end. Is this City's moment? Kennedy, just wide.
For all money, I know Alana was eyeing that up, but I just saw Kinga make a cheeky little run across the wall. She was just standing outside of the wall on the right-hand side.
Taking on Angie Beard. Dobson's cross. And now Yukari Kinga! Blocked away. And now Cooney Cross is taking on Kennedy. And she's past her. Cooney Cross's shot. And even though it ended up in Lydia Williams' hands, Kate Jacobitz has brought it back for the foul, and it's a yellow card to Alana Kennedy. All of a sudden, a seemingly harmless situation sprung to life when Cooney Cross got onto the ball.
She's done fantastically well there, Cooney Cross. She's taken it to Alana, cheeky little ball, got round. I thought she may have just needed to get her head up, had a look. Dowie was free on the edge of the box there, but she saw an eye for goal and she thought, why not? And we've ended up with a free kick just outside the box.
If Victory can score here, this really would turn the match on its head. Melbourne City, so much possession, so many shots. City with 5 in the wall. Lydia Williams still setting that wall. Natasha Dowie. Dowie shouts for handball, not heeded. Gibbons, and held on the line. No real power behind the follow-up. Rebecca Stott. Simon. Riley Dobson. He's put in some promising crosses so far. Looking for Stott! City get the breakthrough! And it's the Kiwi international Rebecca Stott on the end of Riley Dobson's cross. City leading the derby. Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0. Is indeed the sub that's made the difference. What a ball in from Riley Dobson.
Yeah, great ball here from Riley. She's taken her time. She's got that little touch. She's looked up and a great cross in, and Stott at the back post. Fantastic finish. Headed the ball back where it's come from, back across the goal. No chance for Dumont. Great finish, City. Great finish, Rebecca Stott.
It took a sweeping move, and after defending the free kick down at one end, City able to break through off the head of Rebecca Stott. Great header. And the ball in from Riley Dobson. Well, Patrick has been... It's been a busy afternoon for Christina Gibbons, 22-year-old American from FC Kansas City. Cooney Cross is on corner taking duties. To the far post, McNabb, Alloway, tipped away, and hooked just wide. Victory are adamant it's a handball. And the referee does not oblige.
Good delivery here from Cooney Cross. Excellent contact at the back from McNabb. And oh so close. Alloway with the follow-up, Williams with the touch.
Did Kaya Simon try to swipe it away? Another corner. Williams gets a hand on this one. Martin bombing forward. Cooney Cross! Unmarked header at the far post. Fishlock. Able to get past Koja. Fishlock! Off the post! Oh, wow, what a goal that would have been. Attack still going. Riley Dobson And Dumont makes the save. It won't go out for victory. And Crummer's cross able to clear the lines for victory in the end. Well, what a shot from Fishlock. That nearly sealed the deal. And a foul now means it's victory ball.
Yeah, great strike by Fishlock, but even greater save from Casey Dumont, managing to get a hand on that. Oh, yeah, and finding the post off that. Exceptional save, Casey Dumont.
Which comes on. Spent the Australian winter playing for the Seattle Sounders women over in one of the second-tier leagues in the United States. Previously had been a lifelong state league player here in Victoria before breaking into the W League. She's got one job, and that is close down this last minute of the game. Melbourne Victory trying to find an equaliser. Dowie surrounded by blue shirts and wins a free kick. This is their moment.
Yeah, well done, Tash Dowie there. Didn't have much going for her, just needed to be strong, hold the ball up and try and draw a foul, and that's exactly what she's done.
And Melbourne City, the scenario they wanted to avoid. Victory with a chance to send the house. Casey Dumont's asking, should I get forward? Right now, Melbourne Victory have got everyone else in or surrounding the penalty area. Angela Beard's left foot will deliver the free kick. Can Victory grab themselves a share of the points at the end of the evening? Beard's free kick. And it's out for a corner. Alloway was there. Alana Kennedy was able to get the head on the ball first today. They need another one here. Stoppage time is up. They're all on the generosity of the referee. Kyra's corner. McNabb at the far post. And that clearance might just do it. Gibbons. Still hope for victory. Headed away by Catley. Ayres. And now June. And Rebecca Stott, the goal scorer, is there to clear the ball away. How fitting that it's her goal and maybe her defending that does enough. We continue to play. And the Melbourne derby is over. Melbourne City prevail, and they are back on top in this duel between these two Victorian clubs. 1-0 the score. Rebecca Stott's goal, a worthy winner. And Melbourne Victory may have given it their all, but in the end, it is the lighter blue that prevails on Derby Day.
Yeah, an entertaining match by both teams. City, obviously, with the dominating in possession there and probably run out deserved winners at the end of the day.
Did today, so we're happy with that.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, what about this young lady, 15-year-old Kyra Cooney-Cross, sensational today. Bad luck on the result. Juggling exams at the moment, year 10 down the Surf Coast. How are you fitting it all in?
Yeah, it's been really hard for training 5 times a week, and missing out on school. It's hard for me to catch up, and yeah.
Well done today on your performance. Talk to us about the game itself. Did you feel like a little bit lucky not to come away with something? Some nervous moments for Melbourne City at the end there, and you almost got one back.
Girls, we did really well today. Obviously, City had more possession, but I found it very hard to play against internationals, but I feel like I did pretty well today.
You did sensationally well. Thanks for joining us. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Tara, a young lady with a bright future ahead of her.
It was an inspired substitution in the end. Look at this peach of a cross from her.
Yeah, she gets a touch forward and she really bends that ball in, but, you know, credit to Stott, she's really climbed at that back post. And to get ahead on that, she's really done a great job to actually put that in the back of the net. And it's a great goal.
What do you think changed at the end? The second half, you said it started very much like the first half did start. You had Melbourne City coming out yet again, soaking up the possession. They were happy to hold the ball, passing it around. But then eventually you just get the feeling that Melbourne City want to do something with it, that they were going to score.
Yeah, well, they're going to keep pushing and they're going to keep going and driving that ball forward. And eventually, you know, defenders do crack. And I think that, you know, Melbourne City with the rotation in midfield really helped that with their movement. So again, you know, well done to Melbourne Victory for being able to hold them for long periods of time. But Melbourne City, again, you know, were just too strong in the end.
And we are joined by the NAB player of the match, Jess Frischlock here. $500 coming your way. We know it's laminated, but you will get the money.
Thank you very much.
Look, at the end, how do you sum that up? You got the job done and you bounced back from last week. So overall, happy?
Yeah, I think the last 2 weeks we've been happy with the way that we play. It's just we have to take our chances. You know, in both games now we could have scored 3 or 4 goals. And when the longer the game goes on at 0-0, they only need a half a chance, and you never know what can happen because this is football. So we have to get so much better at being ruthless and taking our chances, and then we'll probably feel a lot more at ease with ourselves than what we do the last 2 games.
Talking about half chances, the woodwork, it wasn't your friend this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone was standing up. We thought it was in.
I know, me too. I was almost turning away, but it's a great save actually. Keeper may pulled a great save. So yeah, look, like I said, another day we would have had 2 or 3 goals, but today we got the one steady and kept them out. So look, I can't believe it.
No, you couldn't. Neither could we.
Yeah.